The final bounce back and CBILS loan figures are out. Tide Bank to help small businesses build up a credit score, and increase in asset finance usage still points to a sign of growing confidence. All of this in the latest Business Finance Bulletin. A regular feature of this bulletin during 2020 and early 2021 was, of course, the bounce back loans and the CBILS loans. And this was the government schemes designed to help keep businesses trading and help them keep on top of cash flow. As we know, the schemes finished on the 31st of March, and lenders were given an extra month or two in order to tidy up the paperwork and make sure that all the applications were dealt with and loans distributed. Well, all of that has now been done, and the British Business Bank, who oversaw the scheme, has announced all of the final figures. In total, £79 billion worth of money was distributed across 1.6 million loans. So you can see nearly £80 billion worth of cash was pumped into the economy. This is all money, of course, that has to be paid back, but say it was an important lifeboat for many businesses. So let's take a look at how this breaks down between the two different loans. First of all, the bounce back loans, well, there, £47.4 billion was distributed via 1,560,309 loans. On CBILS, there was £26.4 billion lent across 109,877 loans. So obviously a lot of focus on the bounce back loans, where, of course, the criteria and the ease of application was very much easier than compared to the CBILS loans. Now, I do remember when I first started lending money way back in 1991, when I was with one of the high street banks, a very wise and old bank manager told me at the time when I first started lending that money, Rob, it's very easy to lend money. The difficult part is to get it back. And I think that is going to be very true when we look at the bounce back and the CBILS loan repayments. Already we're hearing that all the banks are gearing up their loan recovery departments in anticipation of a spike in defaults or the inability of businesses to pay back. So this is going to be kind of an interesting time for many businesses now over the coming months when their first repayments come in. And it's going to be interesting to see how the banks handle this. Already they're getting the message out that they've learned from the last financial crisis. I think they're going to be much more understanding. At least that's what we hope they will be. So there we are, the very important chapter closed. So let's see how this develops now over the next couple of months in terms of banks getting this money back. When it comes to borrowing money, startups and very small businesses have one big barrier to overcome: the lack of a credit score. Now, if these businesses are borrowing relatively small amounts of money, and they typically anything below £25,000, the process is very much automated from the lenders. They look at your credit score, and that is the key thing that drives their decision-making process. But say if you have no credit score or a really low one, then you're put at a disadvantage. Well, Tide Bank, the mobile-only bank, has teamed up with Experian, the credit reference agency, and Tide Bank have launched their Credit Builder. And this is all designed to help smaller firms and startups get an early head start in terms of building up a credit score. So how it works, they offer you a reverse microloan. Now, how on earth does it work? Well, every month you pay £23 to Tide Bank. At the end of month 12, they will pay you back that £240 in total that you've raised. And they will report this to Experian as a form of borrowing. So that £23 a month you've been giving them is flagged up that, hey, look, this business is credible. It's been able to afford to pay back on time this small amount of money. And that is enough to start you getting a credit score. I think it's a great idea from Tide Bank, really novel, and it's going to help many small businesses and startups. So if you want to know more about this credit builder, just go along to the Tide Bank website, which is tide.co, and there you'll find more information about this and, more importantly, how to open an account to get you onto the path of getting a great credit score. More signals coming out about returning confidence amongst business owners about their prospects and the willingness to reinvest in their business. The latest figures have come out from the Finance and Leasing Association, where its members arrange asset finance facilities such as leasing and HP. They've looked at the volumes of new business done in May 2021, and compared to the same month in 2020, the amount of business written is an increase of 106%. Now, obviously, in May 2020, we were right in the middle of lockdown with limited business activity, so we'd expect to see some sort of increase this year. But an increase of over 100% is a really good positive sign about how confident business owners are feeling about the future. In terms of business written in the first 5 months of this year compared to the first 5 months of 2020, well, that's up 26%. And overall, year on year, on a 12-month rolling basis, volumes are now down just by a -3%. So overall, it's a very good positive sign. Which sectors are leading the way? Well, commercial vehicles, they're up 126%, and plant and machinery, that's up 58% in terms of volume of business written. So overall, a very good sign about how business owners are feeling, and long may that continue for the rest of this year. Well, that's it for another bulletin. As ever, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give it a share and a like. So that's it. Look forward to being with you next time. In the meantime, have a great, successful and profitable week.